to up your game in 2K25. The first gameplay tip is switching. This gives you control over your defense whenever you want to match up the switch. Whatever console you're on, press the normal pass button to perform a switch. The second gameplay tip I have is icon lead passing. Go to your settings and turn this on. Whenever you're icon passing, you can lead your players around the court and gain control of your players using the left stick. My last gameplay tip is a takeover to equip on your best player. It's called Flash, but we call it Blur. Equip this on your favorite player, and whenever he has takeover, if you run at the defender's hip, you'll get an automatic blow-by every time.
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. Alongside Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony, and our reporter. And since the Phil Jackson era, Shams, the Lakers are now on their seventh, and I can't even believe I'm saying that, seventh coach in the last 14 seasons. What a turnstile that has been.
They're keeping us reporters busy, huh? To me,
Yeah, they are.
it's all about stability now moving forward with the Lakers. I do believe they intend to give their new head coach plenty of opportunities over the next few seasons to continue to coach and continue to be the coach for the long term. You have to figure out the recipe of success, not only now, but moving forward. And the Lakers, from what I'm told, want to give their new head coach the opportunity to build for the long term.
And I love what you said, the word stability. They need it in LA. Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Rosen and Murray sliding at the small and power forward. Ellis is out there with Zach LaVine. And it's a bonus in at the 5 down low. And for the Lakers, in it forward for him, it's James and Hachimura. T is out there with Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the 5.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
MP against LaVine. T shot is good.
And how about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
LaVine wide open. Again, the miss by the Kings. Doncic against Ellis. And he could not get that one to go. Lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Hey, Shams, you're always on the pulse of those league-changing trades. We certainly saw some impactful ones last season.
Across the board, the Pacers, the Mavericks, they made deep runs, and they did so on the back of some big trade deadline moves. Those are transformations that excite all of us to witness, even New York. Getting OG Anunoby at the trade deadline. This is a league that's built on capitalizing at the moment and striking when the iron's hot, and we saw multiple teams do that this last season.
Yeah, that trade deadline was phenomenal for those teams you mentioned. Really impactful.
The all-around game of Doncic is impressive. A walking triple-double threat every night.
For 3, LaVine. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Doncic kicks to MP. He's looking for Hayes and finds him. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Team ball.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Well, the latest CBA introducing the second apron, limiting Shams what teams above the cap can do. How does that new rule affect teams?
decision makers tell me that they're very much keeping an eye on the second apron, not only of their team, but others, and teams that will have to shed salary because of the second apron, and the amount of big contracts we're going to see teams give. To players, you're going to see it at the top, but that may dwindle in the middle of their roster. We will see a more competitive league because of these new CBA changes, and less of a chance of super teams and just more parity and dispersed talent.
Do you constantly read over some of these CBA agreements? I would assume that you do, to have a full understanding of terms like the apron, like we just talked about, or all the other things, the luxury tax, all the things that make deals possible.
It's one thing to have luxury tax. It's a whole other animal now to have the second apron, and that certainly for teams that are deep in the second apron, that limits their ability to go make major trades, to be able to sign players for more than the minimum, and we're seeing that happen to at least one or two teams around the league right now. So how will that impact it? But certainly CBA being 50, 60, 70 pages, that's something you pour through before every calendar year.
It is just fascinating. And things can get so intense when NBA rumors start flying, Shams. You know that. The teams are just kind of holding on sometimes. That's for dear life. What is it like when you break a major NBA story, like you've done numerous times?
It's like when your heart skips a beat, Kevin. It's like when you feel like you are in such a rush, and there's a surge of excitement that hits every particle of your body. Every profession obviously has a big payoff, but everything happens so fast. But when it happens, it makes all the hard work worth it. But it certainly brings a great feeling, and I definitely get goosebumps to this day.
You get goosebumps, but the hard work you put in to get that story, I know what you guys go through. It is amazing the hours you spend on it.
365, 24/7.
And we've got a... Changes for the Lakers. James checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Luka Doncic comes in for Austin Reeves. And T subbed in for Gabe Vincent. Sabonis, he's checked in for the Kings. Lean comes in for Ellis. That free throw good from Doncic. And the influx of international players continues to just fill these rosters in the NBA. And Shams, it has truly become a global league.
It's truly a beautiful thing, right, Kevin? We want sports to bring people together, to really galvanize communities, no matter your ethnicity, no matter your gender, anything. And now I really feel we're breaking down a lot of barriers in the world.
And think, three of the top 5-6 players, we've got Doncic. You know, we've got Porzingis, of course, who is such a nice player, but Antetokounmpo and Jokic. I mean, the names go on and on of key contributors to winning teams.
You have to make a case that the world team against the U.S. team, if they were ever stacked against each other, that would be a heck of a game.
You and I would pay for the ticket, but I would pay to watch that.
I'm willing and able to pay immediately, Kevin. Sign me up. When are we going?
I hope soon. They've got LeBron James. T is out there with Doncic. Then it's Connect. And it's Vanderbilt in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Laker 5. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we all know the Lakers have to pound the ball inside. LeBron James says, we have attackers. That's who we are. That's what we do. We're not shooting 40 to 53s a game. We don't have the luxury of
Have you ever noticed logos above certain My Players in the city?
You may have seen one on yours truly, and it's a way to identify VIPs in the 2K community.
In 2K25, Team 2K TV has seen action with Kings guard Keon Ellis, Blazers center DeAndre Ayton, and you never know who you might run into next.
Notice that NBA logo? That's a real player you could be hooping with or against.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of how Sacramento's starting five. DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Ellis is out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Sabonis in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Lakers, in at forward for him, it's James and Hachimura. T is out there with Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the center. And since the Phil Jackson era, Shams, the Lakers are now on their seventh, I can't even believe I'm saying it, seventh coach in the last 14 seasons. What a turnstile that is.
They're keeping us reporters busy, huh? To me, it's all about stability now moving forward with the Lakers. I do believe they intend to give their new head coach plenty of opportunities over the next few seasons to continue to coach and continue to be the coach for the long term. You have to figure out the recipe of success, not only now but moving forward. And the Lakers, from what I'm told, want to give their new head coach the opportunity to build for the long term.
And I love what you said, the word stability. They need it in LA.
Not just a shooter, LaVine is also willing to bury himself inside and go to work.
Doncic kicks to LeBron. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Back to MP. Missed inside. And here's LaVine who brings it up for Sacramento. It's Ellis on the wing. DeRozan in the corner. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. DeRozan's got 5 points so far. Well, we talked about expansion. That has been floated around. We know that teams would have to realign. Shams, any ideas on which teams might have to shift with expansion in the East or West?
Certainly, most of the potential expansion cities, the high-level ones, have been noted as teams in the West. Maybe you have a team out east that is in the West moving into the Eastern Conference. But the league could obviously surprise everyone with a different solution, maybe having one expansion team be an Eastern Conference team, one being a West. There's several options that Adam Silver and the NBA have.
I would think New Orleans would be one of those teams, right? Just where they are geographically. Memphis, those two teams are in the West, and I could see them maybe going east. Possible?
Certainly Minnesota and Memphis. Those are two teams that, to me, have an Eastern Conference feel.
And LaVine with the block.
When you got bounce like LaVine, you're always a threat to get your hand on the ball when you contest.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And you look at the way the league is moving now, Shams, are there less big trades than when you started or more?
Perhaps a little bit less, but listen, the league is trying to keep parity in this league and allow teams to be able to keep their homegrown stars. There's always going to be plenty of interest, and that level of interest, not only from players from competing teams, but fans' interest, it's never been higher.
And there's never any hesitancy, right? If a team feels they can get better, for whatever reason and however they do it, I don't think there's any hesitancy to pulling the trigger.
Particularly when you're on the cusp of potentially winning a championship or competing, whether it's competing for the playoffs, competing for a title. If you can make one move that takes you from point A to point B, teams and general managers want to do it.
Well said. Now, Hachimura, after Zach LaVine missed from long range. Here's T. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the Sacramento Kings. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
It really is fun seeing an offensive function like a well-oiled machine. I'll be interested to see if they can keep doing this.
Vintage LeBron there, owning the lane. I mean, who's going to stop that?
You communicate so much with NBA GMs. You talk with owners. You talk with personnel people. Knowing what they do, what is an overlooked part of how they operate their day-to-day jobs with these NBA teams?
A few things for me, Kevin. It is the relationships with agents, with other teams? Are they trusted? Do they have the trust of others? That is of importance, certainly. And how well connected are they within the organization? How are they building their own front offices in their own buildings? But their thirst for information, their ability to use information to strategize, that is something that occurs every single day. Because if you know something is happening with a specific team, that can shape how you want to strategize your team moving forward.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Enjoy watching the most.
Greatness, especially the guys that are regarded among the greatest of all time, like LeBron James, like Stephen Curry, like Kevin Durant. You have to throw those in there. But this is a new era, a new crop. The Jason Tatums, Jaylen Browns, Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Have to throw Luka Doncic in there. You have Donovan Mitchell, you have Paolo Banchero, you have Tyrese Halliburton, you have Joel Embiid, you have Tyrese Maxey, Jimmy Butler, you have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Devin Booker, Zion Williamson, Anthony Davis, De'Aaron Fox, Victor Wembanyama. So let's not have anyone here left out.
All right, they're all fun to watch. LeBron James is out there with Rui Hachimura. Then there's Doncic. Then it's Goodwin, and it's T in at the point. That's the Laker 5.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
When you look at the NBA, Shams, any changes you'd like to see?
To me, it's having players stay healthy, right? I would love to have a rule that players just play and the top players are there playing the most meaningful moments of regular season games and allowing players to have freedom defensively. And the league can find plenty of other ways to discourage players, but to allow players to really be there in the big moments, to defend at a high level. And I would just love to have a healthy serum that we can spread around the league and keep these guys off.
I think here at the table, we're all nodding our heads, looking up and down. We all agree completely with what you're saying. Here's Levine after Luka Doncic's bucket. They get it again. Monk. That's another miss. Number 4. He's 2 for 6 shooting.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And it's Hachimura in the corner. It's good. Hachimura's got the lead up to 14 now for Los Angeles.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we all know the Lakers have to pound the ball inside. LeBron James says, we have attackers. That's who we are. That's what we do. We're not shooting 40 to 53s a game. We don't have the luxury of being that team. Working it into the paint, that's what we're really good at. Kevin, they play to their strengths.
They got a lot of strength. Got to do it. Thanks, D.A. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. And just great to have Shams join us, isn't it, guys? Such a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, no one is more locked in on the league. If there's a move happening, Shams knows about it before the players do.
And something you see with the Lakers, they really trust their role players, don't they, Richard?
Yeah, LeBron does a great job of empowering his group. That's why he's top 5 in the league all time in assists. If you earn his trust, he will give you a ton of space to work. The Lakers know that they can only go as far as their great group of role players.
Here's Levine. Rui Hachimura picking up that last basket. And it's LaRavia missing. James looking around. T's shot is good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
On the wing, Levine from deep. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got 3 assists tonight.
Zach LaVine just lets the game come so naturally. His ability to catch and shoot is one of the quickest in the league.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Now the pass to LaRavia. Back to LaVine from past the arc. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
The shot by T, no good.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
And so that brings the first half to a close.
The Kings, 35.
Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
On the court for Sacramento, the post pair form will be Murray and Sabonis. LaVine is out there with Ellis. And it's LaRavia in at the 3.
You have to know where Sabonis is. Really box him out. He's so good on the offensive glass.
Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. Greg, give us one word to describe Domantas Sabonis on the offensive end.
Kevin, I guess I'd say dominant. But that only scratches the surface. The way Sabonis drops dimes, hits shots, and controls the glass, dominant just doesn't even really begin to say enough.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. LaVine's got 16 points.
And since being drafted in 2014, LaVine has put in the work to get his three-point shot where he likes it. Really upgrading that deep game.
Now here's James. He's got 9. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Some changes for the Lakers. Vanderbilt's checked in for Rui Hachimura. Kinetic comes in for LeBron. And it's Austin Reeves in for T. Valanciunas is checked in for Sac. Checked in for Los Angeles. T comes in for Austin Reeves. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Kings.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
And the other thing we've seen them do well tonight is draw fouls. Time and time again throughout this game, they've won trips to the line and converted.
RJ, so often with rookies, we want to judge them after half a season, or we're not very patient with them. How long should we give players to prove themselves in the NBA?
Well, there's a different type of prove yourself. If you're talking about a rookie, I was taught after about game 60, you're no longer a rookie because you played every team. You understand the defensive concept. You might be a little fatigued, but after that, you're no longer a rookie. But to judge them, if they can play in this league, it can take a couple of years.
Up in the front court, the forwards are James and Vanderbilt. T is out there with Doncic, and it's Hayes in at the 5. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. To the middle, on the wing, LaVine. No one near him. And the shot goes in. LaVine's got 28 points for the game.
It seems like they found their rhythm offensively, and they're shooting the ball much better out of the break.
Count the basket. And it's 9 points for T.
You'd love to get the ball this close in every trip where you can almost just not miss.
LaVine wide open. From outside, off the mark. Lakers trail by 13. MP with it. Now defended by Levine.
2 minutes remaining in this ball game. 2 minutes.
Outside, James. Doncic passes to T. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got assist number 7 for him tonight. Sacramento leading by 11. 1:43 left in the fourth. Levine can't hit.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from three.
Inside, here's T. No good on the shot. Nice D from Levine. And so Monk will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Outside, Levine puts up a deep three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. James has got his 6th rebound on the night. Now Valanciunas against Doncic. MP kicks to Vanderbilt, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And if they want to come back in this game, look, they got to clean up those mistakes.
Hachimura is checked in for Vanderbilt, and a change for the Kings. Ellis is checked in for Monk.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Sacramento.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Zach LaVine.
We certainly got to see his best effort on offense, attacking the defense without fear and grabbing a lot of buckets.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Cool, calm, and collected. Say that 3 times fast. He makes them all and puts this game away.
Here's what the Lakers. Five seconds left in the game. Here's T. And again, no good by the Lakers.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though
For the next chance.
So it's the Kings winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
and that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them.
Joining us today for our wrap party is King Jordan and Power DF. We are so excited to have you two on the show. Joining Chris Manning, we're going to go 3v3 in proving grounds, try to get that W to celebrate the end of the season for 2K.
We are going to get that W to celebrate the end of the season.
For 2K TV. King Jordan, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's great running with Power DF and LD2K, and it's great to be back on 2K TV. Thank you for having me.
Power DF, what's going on?
I'm good. I'm excited. I almost thought you guys weren't going to bring me back. I thought it was a joke last time, but I'm ready to get in here. We're going to win.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have a Monday night of basketball for you. Hello, basketball fans. Brian Anderson here, courtside with Doris Burke and Grant Hill. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. So let's take a look at the Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup. At the forward slots, it's LeBron and Hachimura. MP is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Hayes in at the 5 spot. And for the Suns, Booker and Beal in the talented backcourt. Mason Plumlee out there with Kevin Durant. And it's Dunn in at the 3. We're just a few games into the new year, Doris. How important is it for a team to start off strong?
I think, BA, it's hugely important. What we've learned historically is that the first 20 games are a good indicator for success. And obviously, if you're younger, can your confidence waver if you get off to a tough start? Veterans can absorb it a little bit better. But to me, those first 20 games, big time important.
And Doncic has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. This game coming after the loss versus the Kings.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
You cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer. I asked Coach what it's like facing LeBron now versus earlier in his career, and he quickly responded, not much. He's still extremely difficult to game plan for. Even at this stage of his career, he remains a dominant force. So limiting his production will be crucial for them in this matchup, guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. Arc it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Phoenix has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Booker, pass to Beal. Rebounded by the Lakers. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Over the last few years, Bradley Beal has had an unfortunate string of injuries, Doris.
BA, that's putting it mildly. If you go back to the 2019 season, he hasn't played more than 60 games since that year. Obviously, when he's healthy, this is one of the great shooters and ball-handling guards in the league. He has the physical stature and ability to be outstanding on the defensive end. It's just hard watching him get robbed in so many of these prime years. You simply must stay attached to Bradley Beal. He's too elite from 3. The corner is pure.
Plumlee pulls down the board. Phoenix has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Dunn outside. Pass to Plumlee.
Los Angeles foul. Team. First personal foul. First team foul.
And so it's Phoenix with it. It's Beal on the wing. And the Suns get another 3.
But Bradley Beal does not need to handle the ball to be a threat. He gets to the catch-and-shoot game and makes the defense pay.
Doncic passes to James. Here's T. Knocks it loose. Oh, Beal picks his pocket. And now the Suns fast break. For 3, Booker. And again, it's Phoenix from deep.
Wow. Their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Now a timeout called by the Lakers. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Thanks, guys. The Lakers this summer signing first-time head coach J.J. Redick. He's a veteran of 15 seasons. The sharpshooters rise in broadcasting had been meteoric. The Lakers really want Redick to be their long-term head coach.
He's checked in for the Lakers. Here's James. 15 in his last outing. Booker and Beal are the talented backcourt. Kevin Durant is out there with Mason Plumlee. And it's Dunn in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Here's Durant. Oh, KD flying in to cap off the break. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Suns?
Well, so far they've been immensely aggressive on the defensive side, denying easy shots, and it's made a difference in the game.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
Plumlee against Hayes. Pass to Dunn. And no good. Good work defensively by James.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's Doncic. Luka, get off me!
Yeah, Doncic is used to and accustomed to all this contact. In fact, you get the sense he loves and relishes this kind of play.
Beal outside. Ooh, too long in the paint. And he's hit with a 3-second violation. Phoenix shooting their first free throw tonight.
Devin Booker. One shot.
One shot.
And the technical free throw is good. And Doris, some use the term stocks to add up steals and blocks. Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama's stocks are through the roof.
Well, in fact, since the turn of the century, only 5 rookies ever have.
Beal has been leading the charge for the Suns. He put together 10 points in the quarter. We'll be back in a moment.
The Lakers, 33.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. How about Bradley Beal having a dominant impact in this game?
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
On the court for the Lakers. At the forward slots, it's LeBron and Hachimura. Luka Doncic is out there with MP, and it's Hayes in at center. Back to Beal. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
MP inside. Plumlee on him. Here's T. Banked it in off the glass. T's got 6.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Booker no good.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Drafted as a 19-year-old back in 2015 by the Suns, Devin Booker has a special connection with Phoenix Doors.
BA, they absolutely love Devin Booker in the Valley of the Sun. He's been with the Suns his entire career, and basically it's a fan base that has watched this young man grow up. And when you think over the long history of this organization, when you mention the best players in team history, there is no doubt he is part of that conversation.
Well, Grant, the Suns were swept in the first round last year. Are super teams a thing of the past, you think?
You know, perhaps, B.A. The Suns had KD, Booker, and Bradley Beal, but the constraints of the salary cap mean you end up a little top-heavy. The rest of the roster was tough for them to fill out.
You guys, we all know when Bradley Beal is healthy, he is a problem. It's a combo guard you're looking at, considerable range, and playmaking ability.
The first one falls. You know, Grant, after losing in the first round last season, it felt like changes were inevitable for the Lakers.
Yeah, making the playoffs isn't enough for that franchise. They are all about championship success, and anything short of that is a failure.
And Beal drops them both. And Devin Booker is already one of the greatest players in Suns history.
Well, you could argue that Steve Nash still ranks ahead of him. He did win 2 MVPs with the Suns. But when it's all said and done, I think Booker will be regarded as the best. And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Phoenix leading by 13. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Here's Durant on the take. Hachimura with a rebound.
Well, an 0-for-3 start to the half. You need to pick pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Bradley Beal is settling in as one of multiple stars in Phoenix. He said it's been an adjustment for sure. You go from being very ball dominant to now you share the dominance, and it's a sacrifice and also an adjustment of learning a totally different role. Brian, he says it's a process, but one he embraces.
Good point. Thanks, Allie. Drops in the three.
Well, the sweet shooting Bradley Beal gets to one of the best spots for three-point action, and that's the deep corner. Nicely done.
And it's going to be a 3-second call.
I think that's going to stick with them for a while. Huge mistake at a critical juncture in the game.
Checked in for Phoenix. And the Lakers also making a change. Mba's checked in. All right, guys, a breakdown here of the hustle stats for the Suns.
Yeah, they've done a great job of challenging every shot they can. Their totals in the block column are a result of that aggression.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Brad, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
Booker and Beal are the talented backcourt. Mason Plumlee out there with Kevin Durant, and it's done in a small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Doncic passes to T. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. Doncic has got 4 assists in the game.
Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
Plumlee. Some solid defense from Hayes. And so MP will bring it up for the Lakers. They trail by 9. No good. Booker with the defensive effort. There's the triple. The Lakers with a rebound. Doncic has got 5 rebounds in the game. Hachimura against Durant. And it's Hachimura missing.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Oh, LeBron with suffocating defense. He can still get it done.
James with the focus.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
The Suns lead by 7. Pass to Booker. Now Beal. Guarded by Doncic. And once again, off the mark by Phoenix.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And there's a 3-second violation. The Suns have gotten 3 of 8 shot attempts to find the net here in the fourth quarter. Beal surveying the D. It's Booker on the wing. Misses the 3. Lakers trail by 7. MP inside. He's checked by Plumlee. T with the bucket.
0 rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Phoenix calls timeout.
Lots to talk about here, guys. I mean, losing momentum and looking for answers.
I think here you have just got to get back to what you do best and then live with the results.
And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Bradley Beal.
Oh, wow. His long-distance shooting was just on point this evening. When he crosses that half-court line, you better have a hand in his face or he'll make you pay.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer was going over with his team. He told them, no time to celebrate. The work is not finished. We've got to stick with it and keep growing what we've got here. Words of wisdom for the squad. Back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie.
Team. Second personal foul. First team foul.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. He gets it in there. And the Suns lead by 7.
Well, that's what you call a tough two, because if you're in the lane at D-Book's size, you never know what can happen.
Hachimura, the pass to Hayes. Here's T. And it's Phoenix for the rebound. They led by as many as 18. Durant looking around. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter. To the middle. Here's Booker. Oh, you can't let Booker get that close.
Well, you see how confident Devin Booker is down low. Doesn't even think twice about looking to score in there.
Now a timeout called by the Lakers. They trail by 9. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. Deep, here's Doncic. Oh, Doncic! What do you expect?
Luka Doncic is the option, folks. You see the trust they place in him and why.
And there's a 3-second call. This one on the defense.
Phoenix ball. At the line for your Suns, Devin Booker. One shot.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
Booker, not the guy you want to foul, gentlemen. This guy is one of the best from the stripe there is in the game.
Beal finds Booker. And it's all from three-point range.
When you're not in rhythm with the three ball, why do you keep firing from there?
Here's James. Oh, he nails it! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
We all know LeBron wants to take these shots. When the pressure is at its highest, he does not shy away from making the play his team needs.
And that's an intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for Phoenix, Kevin Durant.
He hits the first one, and that increases the lead to 6.
One of the best things about Kevin Durant is he simply locks in on exactly what's in front of him at the moment. If that means working at practice, that's what he does. If that's competing at a high level in the game, that's what he does.
Reeves is checked in for Doncic. Reeves, pass to James. And he buries it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
King James with ice water in his veins. An absolutely breathtaking player.
Third personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for Phoenix.
He gets the first, and that increases the lead to 6.
2 shots.
And so he drops them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Well, you like when a guy calmly steps up, knocks down the free throws, exactly what you want.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. They're behind by 7. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Substitution on the court.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by MP. Here's Booker.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
Fourth team foul. At the line for Phoenix, Devin Booker. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that stretches their lead to 8.
Yeah, just an offensive machine. Booker generates points consistently, night in and night out.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 9-point game here.
Well, what a performer this guy is. Game is on the line. He stands up and delivers.
Vincent left side. Launches a three. Knocks down the triple.
I like that decision right there. Don't try to force a shot inside. Kick it out.
Suns win. Suns win. Your Suns, 92. The Lakers, 86. Thank you, fans, for coming out here tonight and showing your support. Please make sure to get home safely, and we look forward to seeing you at our upcoming events.
So the Suns win it. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on to the lead at the end.
Get the coffee, because that's the way to close. You're going to face some obstacles in the game, but they overcame every one.
And that about wraps it up. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K
It's going in.
Great game.
practice started already.
Now we're rolling.
Good work in practice today. Make sure you get some reps in before you leave the gym.
Hey, man.